Now on CoastTV News.
Construction signs, but no construction. A Milford roundabout delayed.
A lawsuit filed against Sussex County Council. The developers behind a Route 24 shopping center claim Sussex County Council did not follow its own code.
Dead bees after the cold, the winter hurting Delmarva farmers.
We're looking forward to an eventual warm-up going into this weekend.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
This new roundabout making way for a multi-million-dollar project. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with detours and delays in Milford.
Parts of Airport Road and Canterbury Road have been closed for months as construction of a new traffic circle continues. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken live there in Milford. Emma, the city says the original timeline of the project is changed.
Maddie, take a look here. The roundabout is really coming along. This circle and the roads here were originally expected to reopen in just a few weeks, but the city saying today with this cold weather and wet spots all around, crews have been unable to work some days, including today. We didn't see anyone out here working. The city tells me they anticipate this project will now need an extension. What you see are construction signs. What you don't see is the construction. That's because what you hear is cold wind howling. And because of the recent weather, the city of Milford says this project will probably need an extension. The original March 6th reopen date for part of Airport Road and Canterbury Road is no longer looking so promising.
I miss being able to go down Airport Road, so it's going to be nice when that's available.
The closures are making way for this, a new roundabout. It's a city project required by DelDOT to improve traffic flow before the Milford Corporate Center takes shape. Linda Siegel, who lives nearby, thinks the circle will be helpful.
Roundabouts are something I think actually are pretty safe once people get the idea of using them.
Mary Keneally says knowing where to drive has been confusing.
It does seem ongoing, and then it's affected further down. So the detours have been sort of convoluted.
The city says once the weather gets better, the path forward should be a little less roundabout. One important thing to note, the city says an extension on the construction here won't change the cost of the project. Reporting live here in Milford tonight, Emma Aiken, CoastTV News.
The city of Milford says the roundabout is part of necessary infrastructure for that Milford Corporate Center, and that broke ground last March. It's an $18 million industrial park designed to spur economic growth. That center is expected to have 30 businesses and a new water tower.
Just hours ago, the developer behind the Atlantic Fields project filed a lawsuit against the Sussex County Council, denying plans for a Costco, Target, and more. CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Lewis. Brandon, the developer claims that the County Council did not follow the county's own zoning code.
Charlie, this lawsuit revolves around a January 13th denial of a zone change by Sussex County Council. If that zone change was approved, it would have paved the way for the process to continue for the Atlantic Fields shopping mall to be built on this 73 acres piece of land behind me. The developers say that denial was not supported by the law, calling the denial, quote, arbitrary, while also fighting back on some of the comments made by county council members. But people that live less than a mile away from the proposed site of Atlantic Fields cannot believe they are talking about the proposed mall after its denial as the developer pledges to move forward.
It's pathetic to have a lawsuit to try to put it where it is right now today. I mean, there's a lot of people in this development that put on a lot of work and effort into trying to make this not happen, and now it looks like it may happen again. So I'm disappointed.
When the decision was handed down, one was that the application did not conform with the C4 zoning code, and specifically because it didn't have any residential. Frankly, that's just not true. It's a misreading of the zoning code.
Developers are asking the court to void Sussex County Council's denial, also asking for a new vote and hearing. A Sussex County Council spokesperson denied to comment on the lawsuit. Live in Lewis, Brandon Ferguson, CoastTV News.
Thank you, Brandon. And this is the plot of land that we're talking about. It's just off Route 24 on the corner of Mulberry Knoll Road, not far from Beacon Middle School. A nearby property was recently approved by the Sussex County Council. More than 39 acres of farm on Route 24, currently a horse property, can be rezoned. So eventually it's going to have businesses and apartments. However, a group of neighbors called the Route 24 Alliance have filed a petition with the courts asking a judge to reverse that rezoning.
The recent freezing temperatures from storms have left a mark on Delmarva's farmers. Now some are counting their losses, while others were able to avoid any major losses on farms. CoastTV spoke with a beekeeper in Frankfort who says there's been some real consequences.
I mean, it's not only is it sad and depressing to lose a bee colony, but there is a value behind that. A bee colony is worth about $250 with the potential of making 40 pounds of honey. So you're looking at losing something that's worth a couple $1,000s. This area down here.
Carrie says the main loss was were the bees, but the apple and blueberry trees there, they're doing just fine.
We are taking a look into Dover. Let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams as we take a look outside.
Well, at the top of the newscast, we were talking about how the blustery winds kind of put a little halt on some of the building projects. Reflecting back on that, here's some look at some of the max winds that we had. We had a 32-mile-per-hour wind recorded gust force in Salisbury. Same holds true for us in Georgetown. And 30-mile-per-hour winds in Ocean City, Dover, and a 38-mile-per-hour wind in Wallops Island. So, indeed, it's been blustery for today. It looks like we're going to stay blustery at least until about 6 o'clock this evening. Here's where the winds are right now as far as we're looking for a future gust. We're looking for them to continue to push out of the northwest, but they will die down for us. So they'll die a very slow death for the rest of this evening and going into tomorrow. In Milford right now, we're at 34 degrees. Winds are relatively light in Milford right now, and we'll drop down to 32 with partly to mostly cloudy skies for this evening. But we do have the active small craft advisories along the Atlantic side of the peninsula and throughout the Chesapeake Bay area. Coming up, we're going to be talking about a much warmer weekend that you really might like.
Investigators working to find 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie are asking neighbors within a 2-mile radius of her house to help them out as they expand the search area.
This after finding black gloves and now doing DNA analysis on them.
NBC's Jennifer Bjorklund takes us to the now 12-day search for the 84-year-old grandmother.
Savannah Guthrie's Instagram post on day 12 of her family's ordeal with the text, "Our lovely mom, we will never give up on her. Thank you for your prayers and hope."
This is just a reminder that Nancy Guthrie is not a victim. She's not a news story. She's a mother. She's a grandmother. She's loved by her family, and they are willing to talk to whoever to bring her home safely.
Today, investigators are still searching the foothills near 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie's home, where they told our Tucson affiliate KVOA they found a pair of black gloves yesterday, now being analyzed for DNA. This morning, a tent at the entrance of the home, the same spot where the chilling images of a masked subject of interest appeared in the early morning hours of February 1st. Since those images were released, investigators have received 4,000 calls. The tent was taken down hours later. The FBI had no comment on it. As neighbors come to lay flowers, which they hope will welcome her home soon.
What else can we do right now?
Now there is something more they can do. Investigators now asking neighbors within a 2-mile radius of Guthrie's home to search their security cameras between January 1st and February 2nd for video of vehicles or anything or anyone that is out of the ordinary.
The idea here is that we want to take all logical investigative steps that point to something that will bear fruit. So if they're expanding, they've got some more information to do that with.
Specific and curious as to what clues they're following on a trail they hope leads to answers. Jennifer Bjorklund, NBC News.
Temperatures will slowly dip below freezing as the winds back off, but warmer weather is indeed on the way for this weekend.
But first, lifelong passion turns into legacy. How one artist's journey is bringing culture and connection to Delaware. Up next.
A man from Mexico who's been in the country for about 30 years continues his passion for painting here in the area. For him, it's all about the excitement of getting to see his murals and paintings in the first state. Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman shows us how it all started.
Gilberto Rodriguez says he started painting when he was 6 years old, something he says he has never stopped doing. Since 2015, he has had this mural at Crusoe's restaurant in Rehoboth Beach.
One of my friends, he was working here, and he said, you know, the people from the restaurant, from the owners, they are looking for somebody to do a mural in the restaurant. And I said, okay, why not? So I love that. So normally, you know, I'm always saying, you know, I'm not doing this just for money, or I have a lot of fun doing it.
Rodriguez says the owners of the restaurant are from Greece, and it took him about a week to bring them a little piece of home.
I was spending, you know, after work, I was spending my nights doing this mural, you know, during nights, so 3, 4, 5 hours.
Today, it is exciting for Rodriguez to see the final product.
Sometimes, you know, when you start a mural, you get a picture, but when you're in front of the wall, it's something so different. So I start, you know, mixing the colors, so I talk with the owners. So what do you want to see in the mural? So they said they got water, they got ocean, they got very old buildings.
Rodriguez is excited to continue following his passion.
It's not about the money, it's just about your feelings. And my feelings are just, before I go from this earth, I want to leave something for the next generations of the Latinos in this country.
Leaving a legacy, one painting at a time. For Coastal Connections, I'm Ana Sofia Roman.
So we may have one more day of below normal temps, but after that, it's free and clear for wonderful, regular, or get this, above normal temperatures, so we can get a chance to, you know, relax and let our hair down, no matter how, you know, short and curly and cropped and gray like mine is, it may be. But we're 35 degrees right now in Lewis, dew point temperatures of 19. Now we will drop to about 32 by 9 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. Now, the winds have been very active throughout the day, but they are beginning to slowly subside. The small craft advisory is scheduled to expire at 6 o'clock for Thursday. And then after that, we'll still have winds coming out of the northwest. They just won't be blowing at about near 40 miles per hour. And so we're going to see a lot of this begin to expire pretty quickly. Now, just to kind of give you a hint as to how much cooler we were today. Yesterday, we had a high of 50. Today, a high of 37, which is 10 degrees below the norm for this time of the year. And of course, nowhere near 70, although we may be getting close to that number sometime next week. Oh yeah, we're putting things together and you're gonna like it nicely here. So 26 for the overnight lows. And then for Friday, we anticipate a highs staying in the 30s, but the winds won't be so bad, up to maybe 20 miles per hour gusts on the beach, Rehoboth and Dewey, but we're expecting mostly sunny skies. Our temperature trend plays in our favor, so we're looking at below norm for Friday, but then for the rest of the timeline here, we're going to stay above the norm with the highs for today and for the low. So we're going to start trending in the warmer. I'm not going to say anything's right or wrong, but in the warmer direction. Friday morning, 25 degrees. And Friday morning, now listen, before we get all this good stuff, we're going to get past Friday morning, because Friday morning is not going to be so pleasant as far as temperatures are concerned. But you can see on Saturday, we're back into the 50s pretty nicely. The future gusts, Friday, we have the winds pushing out of the northwest at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. And then they die down a little bit more for Friday evening, so it gets better. Now, the reason why I say Friday morning is not going to be so great is this right here. Look up for just 1 second. 14 in Ellendale. If you live in Milton, it's going to feel like 15 degrees in the morning time, and 14 in Lewis, Rehoboth, Dewey Beach, 15 Bethany Beach. Other than that, we'll start coming out of the, out of that cellar for that. We have a 79% chance of rain escalating for Sunday, dropping to 39% on Monday. So Sunday, we're looking for a chance of rain in Chincoteague and Assateague. Now, also for Ocean City, we're going to start off sunshine 35 Friday, 46 on Saturday, and then cloudy with scattered showers Sunday, really kicking in Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, really more towards the evening. And we're expecting a late arrival of the rain on Sunday for Lewis as well as Rehoboth. Temperatures will start off in the 30s, mid 40s, and then lower 40s, but cloudy for Sunday. Now, one last thing, we had a last bump of rain is going to push out of the way, then we're going to stay cloudy, but out of the way with any crazy rain. Here's a look at your extended forecast. 39 for Friday, Valentine's Day, 53 glorious and much warmer and comfortable to go outside and do things with your sweetie, degrees. Bet you didn't know we had that in meteorology class, but that's actually a thing. And then we're looking for rain on Sunday.
Thank you, Paul. The Olympics are airing only here on Coast TV, and let's take a look at the medal count. We have Italy in the first place. This has changed in the last couple of hours. 17 medals. Norway at 14, tied with the U.S.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, which Winter Olympic sport do you enjoy the most?
This is a fun poll. Let's see the results. 53% say figure skating, 24% say sledding, 9% say snowboarding or skiing, 14% say curling.
I think I like the curling. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I think I'm a figure skating person all the way.
And if you want to go vote, you can do that at coasttv.com or use the mobile app. You can also leave a comment. And don't forget, the Winter Olympics run through the 22nd, only here on Coast TV.
A programming note for you. Due to the Winter Olympics from February 9th through the 20th, Jeopardy is on Fox 21. The same exact show, same exact time, just a different channel.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 6, it's live women's college basketball when Maryland Eastern Shore hosts Norfolk State. Then catch the final score at 10:30. And coming up, a new text scam in Maryland. What to look out for? Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
The Maryland Motor Vehicle Administration is warning people about a new text scam. The text message will say there's an outstanding toll balance, and it says you have to pay that within a certain amount of time. But MDOT says that agency will never reach out over text for personal information or payment.
Americans across the country are seeing their home heating bills skyrocket, you might have noticed. The National Emergency Assistance Directors Association says home heating costs, they are expected to jump 11% this winter season, which runs from November to March. That's an increase that is higher than the original thought of 9.2% projected. The higher bills can be attributed to rising prices for natural gas, electricity, heating oil, along with sustained frigid temperatures. The vast majority of Americans heat their homes with electricity and natural gas. Industrial and analysts say those prices, they're likely going to keep rising for the next few years.
One fast food giant is starting 2026 off right. McDonald's says its U.S. sales rose nearly 7% in the fourth quarter from the same time last year. Global sales also increased by 5.7% in the same time frame. Now, part of the upward trend in the business is likely linked to the company bringing back its popular Monopoly game, I remember that, as well as a limited-time Grinch meal deal. McDonald's also said its value meals helped improve the bottom line, and the worldwide revenue from McDonald's shot up 10% in the quarter combined to the prior year, and that number for you, it's $7 billion. Here's a live look into Ocean City. Absolutely beautiful sunset there at the beach. One more check on your forecast after this. Each Friday, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. We have features, cool things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now at our Feel Good Friday newsletter, coasttv.com/sign up.
Always good to feel good. Coming up, new on Coast TV News at 6, the ACLU of Delaware speaking out on student protests like this one. The letter the organization sent to local schools at 6.
All right, now we take a look at where we stand right now, courtesy of our Gateway Subaru camera. In Ocean City, we're at 36 degrees with the wind still moving at about 17 miles per hour. But that's going to start backing down. We're still under the concern for a wind advisory. I'll show you that in a moment. 32 degrees by the 9 o'clock hour. So small craft advisory just allowed to expire for us over Ocean City, but we still have them active for us along the Atlantic side with the exclusion of Ocean City down towards Chincoteague, and then over on the other side for the Chesapeake Bay area. Basically, we're seeing the 25 mile per hour wind gusts slowly coming to a gradual end here. Now, Jennifer Weigling of Ocean View, congratulations. You are our umbrella giveaway winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Property Restoration Experts. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. The number to call is 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Now, to be honest, we're looking at a below average day for Friday. Lots of sunshine, but just cooler. But we'll warm up nicely just in time for Valentine's Day. A bit rainy on Sunday, particularly Sunday afternoon and evening.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.